Hi guys, so today I'm going to be showing you my drugstore foundation routine, and I've already started out with my eyes and my brows already done, so my face is already moisturized, but I did use a new moisturizer today, and I am using the e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer, and it feels so good. My skin is so soft. I'm really loving this moisturizer. So I'm trying this moisturizer out for the first time today, and then I'm going to move on to my primer. I'm going to be using two primers today, and I'm going to be using the Pixie Flawless Beauty Primer, and it just looks like that. And I'm going to be using my Maybelline Baby Instant Pore Eraser, and it just looks like that. So I started out by moisturizing my face, and now I'm going to apply my primers. I'm just going to apply my Maybelline Baby Skin Primer first. Just going to apply it all around my nose, a little bit under my eyes. Okay, next I'm going to be applying my Pixie Flawless Beauty Primer. I'm just going to apply this everywhere that I did not apply my Maybelline primer. And this primer just adds hydration to the skin, and it gives you a glowy look. So if you like to go for that look, then I would definitely suggest this primer for you. Alright, and now moving on to color correcting, I'm going to be using my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Orange Corrector. Alright, and now I'm just going to be using my Morphe M335, and I'm just going to blend all this concealer out. And then I'm just going to use my beauty blender to blend out the bottom portion. Next up for foundation, I'm going to be using my Black Opal True Color Pore Perfecting Liquid Foundation, and it just looks like this. And I am in the shade Beautiful Bronze. So I'm just going to apply my foundation to my face. And to buff my foundation in, I'm going to be using my Dania Lanese 480, just a round top kabuki brush, and this is what I'm going to use to blend in my foundation today. So make sure that I take that down my neck. Step for highlighting, I'm going to be using my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade On. I'm just going to use this to highlight today. Just going to use my Real Techniques Beauty Complexion Sponge to blend that out. Then I'm just going to use my foundation brush to go over the edges to make sure everything is seamless and there are no harsh edges. And I like doing it one eye at a time sometimes, just so I can go ahead and set this eye so that it won't start creasing. So going to get my setting powder and set this eye before I start on this eye. Set my highlighted areas today. I'm going to be using my Airspun loose face powder, and I'm just going to shake it a little to get some out. Alright, and I'm just going to go back in under my eyes with my sponge just to make sure that they didn't start creasing before I add the powder. Alright, and now I'm just going to use a little wedge. I'm going to add the powder. To set my under eye area. Just gonna go on to the other eye. And now I'm just going to finish the rest of my face, which is my chin. Cupid's bow. Down the bridge of my nose. And my forehead. I guess, you know, you can apply it however you want. I just like to make like a little tree branch up here. And then I will use my sponge to blend that out. And I'm just going to go back over the edges of this with my foundation brush, just to make sure that there are no harsh edges between anything. And I'm just going to use the same powder to set my other highlighted areas. Alright, and before I start contouring, I'm going to sweep all of this powder away. Now, sometimes I like to cream contour and sometimes I don't, but today I am going to cream contour, and I'm going to be using my Black Opal Cream Foundation Stick, and I use it in the shade Black Walnut. I'm just going to use this to I don't cream contour my nose. I just use the powder on my nose. And I'm just going to buff up. just take the extra product on the brush, just go all across the top of my forehead, and make sure to blend it into your hairline. Next, before I start to powder contour, I just take my beauty blender and I kind of go over the edges right here on my forehead just to make sure that everything is blended. And now for my powder contour, I'm going to be using the True Complexion Contour Kit from Black Radiance, and I got the shade medium to dark. I think that there's also a light to medium, but I picked up the shade medium to dark, and it just comes with a contour shade, a sculpting shade, and a highlighting shade. And I'm going to use the contour shade to do my cream contouring today. Sorry, powder contouring. I'm just going to use this to set my contour. And I always blend it into my eyeshadow. And I always go right here, 2 little stripes on the side. I feel like that helps with the slimming process. Or blend it out. Alright, now to sharpen up my contour a bit, I'm going to be going back in with the Aerospun Loose Face Powder. Just going to place this right under where I contoured. Or I'm going to place a little bit on top of it. Just using this to clean it up. And you know, if it's looking a bit muddy, then I'll just sometimes I'll put it on my smile lines because my smile lines are really creasy. So I'll just put some on my smile lines. Alright, so I normally just let this powder sit while I finish up my eye makeup, my little powder beard. And now I'm just going to brush off all this powder. And I'm going to be using my Black Radiance Soft Focus Finishing Powder, and I'm in the shade Milk Chocolate. And I'm just going to use this to set my entire face. now for my blush, I'm going to be using my Milani powder blush in the shade Romantic Rose. And it's just like a really pretty soft pink. Like, I don't know. I love this color. I'm just going to apply that onto my cheeks. It gives you just like a little flush of color, but not a lot. So for my highlighter, I have a highlighter that I'm trying out for the first time today, and it is my Wet n Wild Mega Glow Illuminating Palette, and this is how it looks. And I picked up the shade Catwalk Pink. And this is just how it looks. Very pretty. Okay, so I think how I'm going to put this on, instead of using just one side, I'm just going to kind of sweep it across the entire thing. Tap off the excess and see. And I kind of like to marry my highlight into my blush. It's pretty. I like it. Just gonna do the tip of my nose. Bridge of my nose. So just for the lips, I just used a brown lip liner, which was my Wet n Wild, eyeliner, lip liner, in Simma Brown Now. And I'm just going to be using my Ruby Kisses matte lipstick in Mauve It. To finish off the look, I'm going to be using my Pixie Makeup Fixing Mist with rose water and green tea. And I'm just going to use this to set my entire face. Alright, and that completes the look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry this video was so long, but I wanted to go into detail and not speed anything up so I can show you guys exactly what I was doing and tell you all the products that I was using in this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos from me. Thank you so much for watching my full face drugstore makeup tutorial. Until the next video, bye.